Woo! What's good, guys? It has been a minute since I've been live. Um, yeah, happy to be here. Just wanted to jump on and kind of showcase with you guys how to start a brand utilizing ChatGPT and also Canva. So we're gonna go basically from start to finish, from strategy, from idea. So basically from idea to strategy to implementation, and kind of take you guys through this process that I usually go on with either myself or with clients on how to use AI, how to use ChatGPT specifically, and build out your ideas. So if you don't have Canva, would encourage you guys to get it, especially if you are a church, because you can get Canva for free, basically. You have to be a 501c3, but you can get Canva for free. And I believe there is a discount for ChatGPT as well for nonprofits. And if you want links to those, reach out and I can get those to you. But really quick, let me just check my other stream to make sure we good. Looks like reconnecting, connection lost, but it still says that I'm live. That's weird. Oh well. Connection lost, reconnecting. Let's see. All right. It looks like we're still live on here. And Instagram just being slow. Yeah, so I'm streaming to multiple destinations and just playing around with it. But it looks like Instagram side is slow. I'm using Restream, but I don't have the upgraded Restream, so the video quality is only 720. I'm looking at the playback right now and it's just like it's very pixelated. But that's okay. We're gonna keep practicing and get back to the mode where I can start doing more consistent content. Like being consistent with content creation is probably one of the difficult things you have to do, especially when you work full time, you're dead, all these different things. We got these various challenges that keeps you from being consistent, but it's okay. Keep grinding, keep practicing, and eventually you'll get there. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go through ChatGPT and show you my process. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So let's say I wanted to start a brand for a church. So let me screen share. And I also need to screen share on the Ecamm side too. Screen share, window. And we're going to share ChatGPT. Okay. So on my TikTok side and Instagram, that should be set. And then if you come over to Ecamm and we do I completely forgot to set this up beforehand, but it's all good. So if I come over here and I add, allow, ChatGPT, or I could, let's do a new scene. Or maybe not a new scene. Let's see if I do this just to keep things easy. And then do this. circle. Make something work like that. Okay. Bang. All right, cool. Okay, so what you should be seeing is my screen and myself and ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT has tons of features. So before you even get started into ChatGPT, a couple of things that you want to do is come into the settings and you want to basically personalize your ChatGPT. It's really important that you personalize your ChatGPT. But then you can also create projects that can be specific to your different brands. So if you see here, I have a couple different brands that I work with, a couple different brands that I've created for myself, and you can use that as a kind of folder to keep all of your collected items and all your collected brands. So I would create a project, and let's say I wanted to create a project for, let's say what brand we're trying to set up. Let's say we want to create a brand for a church. So let's say I want to create a church called Beacon. All right, so there's my project called Beacon. I can give this project instructions, but we'll do that later. But what I wanted to do is, because I want to take advantage of this talk feature, I want to talk to ChatGPT. I want to tell it exactly about my brand and idea that I'm trying to create. So we hit that button there. And so before I do that, let's get ready. All right. Hey, chat. I'm creating a brand for a church called Beacon. I want this church to be a non-denominational church that is inclusive for everyone. I want an inviting style brand with colors that are inviting. I want our brand message to feel inviting as well. And I want it to represent Christ well. And I want the Beacon name to be like a beacon of hope and healing to the world. So please assist me in creating a brand from scratch. We'll need a brand guideline. We'll need fonts. We'll need color palettes. We'll also need a logo as well. And then I will then take that and turn it into a Canva brand kit. And I need guidelines and all the information for a possible brand for a church. Okay, so simple as that. You talk directly to chat. I do have the paid model. Go through and reference, make sure everything is spelled correctly. And then once you do that, you're just going to click the send button. It's going to utilize lots of water. As you guys like to say in the social world. Like, I saw a comment that said it's hot because you guys are using ChatGPT, and there may be some truth to that. But here we go. So here it is. This is the brand. Let's say, oh, beautiful vision. Let's build something that reflects the mission. So here's the Beacon, church brand kit. So name Beacon Church, tagline, hope healing here. Mission statement, Beacon Church exists to be a light in the darkness, a welcoming place for all people to experience Christ's love, hope, and healing, regardless of background, belief, or past. All right, so there you go. It's giving me the name, it's giving me a tagline, it's giving me a mission statement just by me asking it to help me with a brand kit and brand guidelines. So you can take this, you can expound upon it if you want to make some changes. If you want to do something different as far as a tagline, you can also make those changes before you get to the finished product. So let's go through voice and tone. So here's my voice and tone. It wants a warm, empathetic, and welcoming. Yes, absolutely. Hopeful and Christ-centered, clear, inclusive, and modern. Very key. I like all my brands to look modern as possible. So it's giving me a color palette. And then these are our color codes. So it's giving me a color palette of gold, a warm sand color, a light sky blue color, a deep navy, a soft coral, and a pure white. So what you want to do is you want to start building your brand inside of Canva with this information that chat is given. Okay, so for the typology, it's telling me I need to go with a DM Sans. And that's probably a typical sans font. You can probably find that on Canva already, but if not, you can find fonts online and you can download them directly to your computer. And then you can also upload those fonts directly to Canva as well. It does have the ability to upload fonts directly if you have the paid edition, which we do. And we'll talk more about how to get a paid account for free as a nonprofit. So if you're already an existing church, or if you're already existing nonprofits, 501c3 status, typically you can get Canva for free. They give you up to 5 seats, I believe. I'm sorry, 50 seats for your church brand. Okay. So we got a typology. We got our logo concept. So for our logo concept, it's saying a beacon light or lighthouse symbolizing guidance and safety. A subtle cross somewhere. Okay, logo variations. Word mark. Okay, yes. Our brand voice. Here's our brand voice. We want a warm, hopeful, grounded in Christ. So this is our tone. This is exactly how our messaging and our wording is going to be. So this is very important because Canva can then take your brand voice, your brand message, and create that directly inside of Canva. So everything that you create as far as text, everything you create as far as context can be inputted utilizing this brand voice directly inside of Canva. And I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. Usage guidelines, that's just going over like how to use your brand colors, how to use your logo. We only want it on this type of background, or we only want light backgrounds or dark backgrounds. So those are very important for your staff. So when you have staff or people who are going to use your logo or use your brand kit to create their own designs, you want to make sure that you set up your usage guidelines for your logo and for your brand. Very important. Brand application, let's talk about where the logo can be utilized. We can utilize it on our church signage, websites, social media, invitation cards, t-shirts, and you name it. So you decide where exactly you want your brand or your logos to be located. This can be optional. If you don't mind where your logo goes, that's completely fine. But is it very important to kind of distinguish exactly how you want your logo and your brand kit to be used? Okay, so it's giving me some next steps. Would you like me to generate a logo option now based on this style? We can say, yes, let's build a logo concept based off of this style that you have given. Okay, and we're going to go send. And now it's supposed to create a logo for us, just off of our brand concept and the information that was given. And we didn't give it much to go off of, which is completely fine. And you want to give it as much information in context as possible in order for it to give you the best output. But this is just idea. This is just, just playing around with different things and ideas for now. Later, we can talk about like how to get into real detailed descriptions and things in order to give us the best output. Because chat really does like data, really enjoys information as much as possible in order for you to get the best prompts and best output. All right, so it's doing this thing, it's creating the logo, and there you go. Very basic concept. Again, you can go back and you can make changes. You can take this and say, hey, this is a good start. I would like to add this, change this, or do whatever. But you take this idea and you create your brand with it. All right, so what we're gonna do is, now that we have this logo, we're gonna start with this, and then we'll just say, this looks good. We can use this as a start. Can you also give me a visual color palette as well, based off of the color codes that you've given me? And we're gonna hit send, and let's see what it does. So it's going to analyze. Okay, and boom. So here's the visual color palette based off of this. And I'll say, can you also create me a visual brand kit just for idea and visual purposes that I can use to create my brand kit inside of Canva. And let's just see what it does. That's just, I don't always ask for that. That's just something extra. So I'm gonna also download this, save that, see if I download the logo also. And then it also gave me the visual brand kit as well. All right, it's not that great, kind of ugly, but that's okay. This is all concept. This is all still ideas. And then this is just something for you to take back to the drawing board or whatever, and just have something to go off of. Or I should actually say, save this beacon logo. And then we'll save this as beacon color chart. And I'm not going to save this just because I don't really like this concept that is giving me. I would rather create my own brand concept. But this is something that we can go back into Canva and start creating. Okay, so we're going to switch over to Canva now and start building out the brand kit. So let's switch over. Let me stop sharing. Replace screen share, and then we're going to switch over to Canva here. Boom, boom. Okay, and then we'll jump into Ecamm for my guys on YouTube and Facebook, and then we'll swap this as well. So we're gonna swap from ChatGPT, and we're gonna go to our Arc browser, and actually, really quick, let me pull this out. There you go. And sorry, doing some quick changes here so that it functions properly. So now there should be a window just for Canva. All right, cool. Let's also make sure if I can zoom out. All right, let's zoom out completely. Okay, hopefully you can see this a lot clearer. Let's see. Oh, let's get rid of this too. Get rid of that, and then make it a little wider. And that should be a lot better. Sorry, I should have had this preset up. Okay, so here we are in the Canva backend. And what we want to start with is we want to go to brand, and we want to go to brand kit, and we want to create a new brand. So this brand is going to be called Beacon, of course, because that is what we created. And then we want to start building out all of these here. So of course, logos are going to go there, and you can create different logo concepts. So what you can do is you can take that logo that we created here. We can drop that directly in there. And then once you get it into Canva, you can create your own, various versions of it if you want to, black, white, various colors. And then also we want to create our color palette. So let's go back to those color codes. And all I'm doing is just copying and pasting. So I'm actually copying the names and everything as well. So that's the name. The first name is Beacon Gold. So Beacon Gold, and that color code is this. Copy, paste. All right, so there's our first color. Second brand color is the Warm Sand. Put that in there as well. Paste that color code. Third color is called the Skylight Blue. And these names are irrelevant. They're just something that chat came up with. I don't know if they're actual specific names, but it's okay. It just gives you some differentiation. Okay, and then the Deep Navy, paste that. And then almost done. The Soft Coral is next. A nice color. Copy, paste. And then that last color is going to be the Pure White. And that just looks like just all Fs. That's just white. I wouldn't have called it pure white. It's literally just white. I would have done a variation of white, which I may change that, but since it's just an idea for you guys, it's okay. All right, so I think our font colors or our font type was a going back through the list. Okay, typology, DM Stan. So let's choose. All right, so now you have to go through all the fonts and add exactly what you want, specific fonts for each thing. So your title, your subtitle, your heading, your subheader, the section header, the body, or the actual type, the font, that's the paragraphs and things. If there's a specific quote and if there's a caption, you can do all this directly inside the brand kit. And so we're going to go to, let's type in DM San. So there it is. It's already in Canva. So DM San is, so this, since this is a title, it's already given me the title type, or the heading type, which is title, and then the size. So we can go ahead and hit save. And I'll do the same thing for the subheading. It's giving me the size that I need. Again, select the DM San. And I'm just going based off of the brand kit. Same font. 32 for that one. Subheading, same font. 24 for that one. And this title, I may actually bold it as well, just to make it a little bit different. Section header, going with the same font, and you don't have to do the same font. You can do multiple different fonts, but again, this is just for education purposes. The body, same thing, DM San. That font size is 16. The quote, DM San, and then we want to make this italic because it's a quote. And then caption, I'll do a DMs. No, let's go back. Let's do DM San, but then let's also do, oh, there's only 2 options. So usually there's like a light version of some of these fonts, and sometimes I'll often do a light option, especially for like captions and some of these subtitles. So there you go. And for this, I'm just going to change, instead of bolding there, I'll actually select the bold option. Save that. Okay. Now brand voice. Now this is where you go in and you take the information about your voice. I'm going to do a little different. So what I want to do, instead of just copying the bullet points regarding the voice and tone, I want to go a step further. Oh, we already have the brand voice guide. Never mind. So we'll copy this. No, let's do this. So because we want to give this more context, let's ask ChatGPT to give us a quick paragraph that describes the brand voice. So you can't see this. I'm just going to talk to it like we did before. Based off the brand voice, give me a quick paragraph to describe our brand voice to give guidelines for our Canva brand kit. All right, go do that. And then we'll hit send and it's going to analyze. Okay. So it's giving me this brand voice paragraph, and you can copy that, paste that in there and hit save. So now everything that it generates as far as content is going to be based off of this brand voice here, and only the brand voice if you choose to use the brand kit. As far as photos, we don't have any photos right now, but you can also add photos. If you already have photos for your business or your brand, go ahead and upload those. If you have any icons, graphics, upload those. You don't have to worry about charts. If you have charts, you can add those. If you have extra colors or a separate color palette for a sub brand, you can add this in as well, because some brands have like sub departments or sub brands that you can utilize. So you can add as many color palettes as you would like that goes underneath that one brand. Okay, so we can then take that brand kit and start designing things. So let's say I wanted to design a flyer for a upcoming seminar or something. So let's say church flyer, just to see what comes up. And let's say I want to go with this design right here. So what I want to do is I want this design to match my brand. So now we can go to our brand, we can select the brand kit that we just created, and then now we can start changing things out. So click that brand. Now we can actually shuffle through different colors based off of our color palette. And this is probably not a good enough example. So let me just do this real quick. Let's change this. Let's try this one. So brand. All right, there we go. So now you see it a lot better, how it's shuffling through our brand colors based off of the color palette that we had already designed. So now when you come in and you grab like these templates, you don't have to go in, oh, I got to select this color and then change it. Boom, that color, change it, that color, change it. If you shuffle through these designs that you have, or these color palettes, it's going to automatically give you certain variations based off of light and dark and light, and to see what you like. And if you find something like this that you like, say if I want to go with a blue design like that, then you can. And then now you just go in and change the areas that you want to change, or the elements that you want to change. Like we can take off all this ugly squiggly lines, like I don't know what's going on here. And then we can take our beacon logo, select the background remover, and then now we have a cleared background, and we can double click to adjust the size of this box if you want to, because sometimes we may accidentally click something and move it accidentally. So let's bring this in like this, and boom. Okay, and then that's how you basically start your brand kit inside of Canva. And then you can take this concept, you can make changes, duplicate it, and create a various designs. So you just go here. Let's say I wanted to add this, instead of a flyer, I wanted to turn this into a social media graphic or something, or want to add like extra pages for like swiping through for, you know, Instagram. Oh, I see comments coming in. Sorry, I haven't been checking the comments. Loma, that's good. What's good? Welcome in. So let me see what questions you guys have. Says that's dope. Are you saving the color chart to keep the colors consistent? Yeah, so I save the color chart to one, just give me, because I'm a very visual person, I need to see first. So that's why I ask it to give me a visual color palette first. And then I take that and plug that into a Canva. So you can do it both ways. You can do it. You can drop this. So that thing that we designed, we can drop this here. There's another way that you can do the colors. You can drop it in, and then you can take, go edit, and then boom, take that color picker, and then boom, is a quicker way to add your brand kit. So if you're like me, you're a visual person, you want to see, you can either do the color codes and then copy the color codes, or you can bring the actual visual design in just so you can see and determine if that's the color palette you want to go with. And if not, tell it to generate you a new color palette. And then if it finally gives you something that you like, drag that into Canva, pick the colors, and then boom, you're good to go. So we're going to discard that, and we're going to delete that. And let's see. Now for the fonts, let's say you want to get a quick address, 3257 Houston Road, something like that. And then we select it. And then over here, we have our fonts that we already inputted. So now you don't have to go in, I gotta find this size, I gotta make this bold, I gotta make that italic, or all those different things. All you have to do is just hit boom. There's your title. Or just select it. You should be able to select it all, hit the title there, boom. Let's see. Copy style. That's another way you can do it. If you already have a style you like, you can copy style too. Go here and text style. There we go. All right, I found it. So let me undo. All right, so to change the text that you already have, you go here, go to text styles, and then you just select your title or your subtitle in that case. And then if you need to add a non-existing font, you can already go here, hit heading if you want to. You can hit the subtitles, gonna just drop them on the page. There's the body, and then there's the caption, there's a quote, and they're all just dropping here in the middle right here. I'm gonna drag them down so you guys can see what the difference is. So you can tell that some of it looks a little similar because again, it's the same font type, but they're different sizes and variations. So now you don't have to worry about, you know, like I said, coming in, manually adjusting titles, body, header, all those various things. You can just boom, select which one you want, or if you already have existing text on there, select it, and then go to your font, make sure that font styles is selected, and then you can just change it accordingly. Boom, boom. All right, so we're not gonna get too much into design. I just wanted to give you guys like a brief rundown of how to do some of these design concepts. Creating a brand kit, that's super important. Yeah, my camera died, so that's why you can't see me. But yeah, if you have more questions, reach out to me. Let me change this battery. No, I think my camera overheated. So I'm dealing with this new camera. This is ZVE1, and it gets hot and just shuts off. And I think that's mainly because I think there's a issue with the battery and it getting too hot, and they just boop, shut it off. It's a Sony thing. But I hate it. I hate it with a passion. But I do like this feature right here. I know we're all over the place now. We're just talking about gear. This feature right here, this is the digital zoom on that ZVE1. You see the difference? Boom, that's wide, that's zoom. And that gives me, instead of adjusting with the resolution, that digital zoom kind of helps with cropping. I love it. I love it, especially since I have a teleprompter. So I'm able to see you guys or your comments and respond directly by looking directly into the teleprompter. And also I can make changes to my designs directly in the screen too. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. 39 minutes we spent live with you. I'm not gonna go too long. Just want to give you guys a quick breakdown of how to do some of these things. And let me turn this screen share off so you can see me, and then we'll turn the ZVE1 off. Boom, boom. And then we'll go back to our other window where we are live on TikTok and Instagram. And we'll turn that off. Boom. Here we go. I think we did it. All right. If you have questions, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. Would love to help with your brand messaging, whatever you need help with, especially if you're a church. That's what we're here for. All right. Catch you guys in the next live. Peace.